Undefeated lightweight contender Mickey Bey. There was a little controversy recently, giving you your chance to give your side of the story. Before your last fight, the drug test that came back, the high testosterone level, 30-1. There was an original suspension. Recently, you got the ruling of, I believe, 2 months suspension, 3 months suspension, and a small fine. But you have your side to the story. Can you just kind of open up and...
Yeah, first I want to see if you know. Do you know how they ruled it?
Well, I know they ruled it. I don't know the exact specifics.
See, that's nobody put out that I won the ruling.
Okay.
And I want people to understand that suspension wasn't a gift.
Mm-hmm.
We got all the documents from the doctors, and it clearly stated in their handwriting that I told them I'm a fighter and I take a drug test and I can't take anything that's a PED or a banned substance, and that was written in the documents, which we had at the hearing. So they couldn't, the facts is laid out in their handwriting. So for anybody to think that it was some kind of gift or why did Chavez get this and he didn't get that, it's two separately total.
Gotcha.
I hate that Chavez got, I like Chavez. I hate that he got any, kind of fine. That's how Nevada ruled it. That's how they ruled it. But my thing was different. I don't think people clearly understand that the facts, I did all the right things when I went in there, and it was in writing, in their handwriting, and they didn't choose to do otherwise. So whose fault is that?
Now, now, can you tell me the specifics of why you went to the doctor, when it took place? So, can you just
everybody know. You saw me in the gym, how I was out for weeks and weeks and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, when I went, I clearly stated, because I don't believe in medicine and all of that crap, man.
Okay.
To me. So when I did go, I clearly stated to them that, that any kind of medication or anything, that they had to write that down before they gave me anything. So it was a good thing that I took precaution, because, who knows, I would have got threw under the bus had I not told them that. But I told them that, and they done it anyway. So,
now,
that was more like at the hearing, they said that was the doctor's fault. They couldn't punish me like people, think, but nobody understand that. Nobody knew that was said in the hearing.
Okay.
So
now, was this, your fight was February 2nd? Was this a month before? You were feeling just kind of sluggish?
I was sick for like a month or two, but I got a history of being sick, so everybody knows that's why I didn't get a gold medal. I caught pneumonia and couldn't compete in the Olympics.
Okay.
But like I say, the doctor made a bad error.
Now, speaking of the doctor, was this a doctor you went to for the first time, or was it someone?
Oh yeah, I don't go to doctors, and that's what everybody know. I got a history of having a broken hand.
Okay.
And never got surgery, none of that, for the specific reason that I didn't want them putting all them Oxycontin and Vicodin and all that medication in me, because I don't believe in that. So, for them to go against my word and do something that I specifically told them, and that they had in writing, which we got all the documents and everything. I mean, hey, that was...
What do you think happened, with the doctor? Do you think it was ineptitude, where they just didn't realize what they were giving you, or was it just...
My thing is, they said that, of course they gonna disagree with the test, but they said, theirs is not right and this and that, but the thing is they supposed to know what they're doing as doctors. They should know what they're doing, and obviously, no matter whether they thought they were wrong or right, it all fell on me. So medication.
Okay.
But it made my levels go up. But they said that it wasn't. They were saying, their urine test is wrong.
Okay.
Because they were saying on our test, you were still here. So they basically were saying that their test is wrong. But my thing is, I told you specifically.
Did you notice, did your body feel different when you took it?
Not at all. I felt worse.
Okay.
And the doctor was at the commission. So all these people that's talking that 30-1, I wouldn't have never knew that it was 1-1, 2-1. I never even heard of a 10-1, 100-1. What is that? I didn't. Anybody that seen me in the gym, it wasn't no abnormal, crazy stuff going on. But the thing is, when that happened, I felt worse in the fight. And the doctor, and this is the crazy thing, the doctor said, and he was like, he didn't have one advantage, because he was like, he didn't. If he was trying to do, if he was trying to cheat, he would have did it longer. He would have had to do it longer, not the week of the fight.
Yeah.
to keep his immune system strong. They said he didn't have a power advantage or a strength advantage at all.
Okay.
They said the only slight advantage he could have had was stamina, but the fight was 2.5 rounds. So you could box 2 rounds, right? Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
So he didn't have any advantage. It wasn't he didn't have a performance enhancement. So.
And I was also going to ask, even though they ruled in your favor, does it really disappoint you and anger you that your name is connected to something like that?
Oh, highly. You know me, Chris. I know when you heard the news, you had to be like, man, come on, you've been seeing me. Like, you know, I mean, I ain't never even took a drink. I don't take Tylenol. To go from that to that, I was just furious that a doctor, it ain't like, you know, if somebody was cheating, they do stuff on their own or they trying to do, like, how can a doctor not know what you doing? That was my part where I was pissed off. And of course, for my name to be linked to that, but people got to understand that they did the hearing, Nevada did what they were supposed to do, and we had the facts there, and I did everything I was supposed to do by telling them that and being responsible. And it was a good thing that I told them that, because had I not told them that, who knows what would have happened.
And what are you looking at as far as your future? You saw you work with Floyd Sr. in there again, trying to put this behind you. What do you think about your next fight?
Oh, you know, it's going to be some big stuff. You know, everybody excited to see me back in the ring. And, you know, everybody should be, you know, because I'm going to be in the zone and I'm going to put on another show, you know, and do what I always did.
All right, Mickey. Thanks a lot.